Hi, this is Noel Guttman, Director of Emergency Services for Chautauqua County. Just here to give a weather update and how the storm has been impacting us here in Chautauqua County. So currently, at 3 o'clock today, the storm has had a very significant impact on. Director of Emergency Services for Chautauqua County. Just here to give a weather update. Hi, this is Noel Guttman, Director of Emergency Services for Chautauqua. Very significant impact for our northern border, in particularly from Ripley to the Silver Creek area. Fire departments and municipal agencies have been out dealing with a lot of trees down, wires down associated with that. Our power company partners from NYSEG and National Grid and the local municipals have been very busy. Unfortunately, the calls are backing up quite a bit. The power companies have some very stringent protocols as to how they get resources in and calls handled, and they're working their priority list to get restorations as best as they can. The best thing that anyone can do to check status of power outages and restoration processes, if you are a National Grid customer, they have a really good website with an outage map, as does NYSEG, that will give you out current information. A check of both of those systems a little bit ago showed that a combined of customers from both those websites, we are at about 12,000 customers in Chautauqua County that are currently without power and are attempting to be restored. The majority of those are with National Grid at this time. Fire departments have been out. I don't know the exact number, but it's probably close to 60 to 70 calls today. 4 of those were tractor trailer rollovers. Unfortunately, that's probably a byproduct of the tractor trailers coming off of 90 from the empty truck ban on Interstate 90. They got pushed to the secondary roads of 5 and 20. And we've had, 2 of those were on 20 and 2 of those were on the Interstate 90. Any questions I can try to answer at this time right now?
Are there any injuries across the county?
The tractor trailer incidents did not result in any injuries. They were all reported as unknown. When fire departments got there was no injuries reported.
Is it a concern for you that they do the empty truck ban on the highway and that it pushes the trucks onto the other roads for you?
It is a concern. I understand why the thruway does it. That's such a main thoroughfare for them, and they're trying to do that in the interest of Interstate 90 safety. Unfortunately, it does create that secondary aspect where those trucks still want to move, and they do come to our secondary roadways. And unfortunately, we've had 2 rollovers here in the county because of that.
Sorry, I do have one more question. We had been told earlier there was extensive damage was what the language that the National Weather Service used along the shoreline in Chautauqua County. Do you know of any structural damage, or are we just talking about trees down and power lines down and that sort of thing? Or do you know if homes or businesses have been damaged from the winds?
I have not gone out to witness any yet. I did look at some on some social media. And it does appear some residential structures in the village of Westfield, town of Westfield area have sustained some damage, but I have not had eyes put on those yet by our office.
Sounds like the high winds aren't over yet. Do you have a message to people in Chautauqua County?
Safety is always paramount first. If the event that your residence is, one of the affected by loss of power, and you do have a generator, please make sure we're running that safely. We don't want any secondary injuries from a generator backfeeding into the system, or a generator being run indoors and causing some CO issues or other type of issues, illness for people. Also, if it's dangerous to be using candles. Unfortunately, people will light a candle in a house, and forget where they're at. And that just could create another secondary risk of fire. So, in these circumstances, preparedness is your best friend. And hopefully everyone can get battery powered lights and lanterns for these emergency type situations.
I'm not sure that you'll know the answer to this, but it struck me that the Thruway Authority and DOT and other entities put out that there's a 45-mile-an-hour speed limit on the Thruway all the way from Buffalo down to the state line. I've heard of that for tractor trailers before. Is it unique that such a speed limit has been instituted for everyone?
That's the first time I've seen that happen. I'm not sure their methodology coming up with that number. Any other questions I can try and answer?
Thank you for taking the time. This was very helpful.
Oh, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.